Ladies and gentlemen, you know, it is absolutely amazing when I think about life, especially the one that I'm constantly talking to you about. We as individuals, if each of us were on this earth by ourselves, no one else but you, no one else but me, no one but the individual, you, you would discover pretty quickly that you needed food because there was something that would happen to you physically and probably all those other kind of ways that's connected. And sooner or later, you would find yourself doing something that would end up with you quenching that hunger. And as you've done it the first time, that hunger is going to come back again. And at least you know what to do. You know what to do because you learned from the last time. You educated yourself. You remembered what worked for you the last time. And if when you did it too much, you probably found yourself feeling kind of bad and something had to happen to get that fixed up. So you went on and you tried to experience that for a while, then you couldn't take it anymore. You had to come up with a solution. So you did your own medical stuff. You found out, you learned, you remembered, you practiced. But also, while all that was going on, you recognized that you had to have some kind of shelter, whether it was a cave, uh, under a bush, or whether it was a mansion. But you found out. What you basically found out as an individual is the thing that we as humans do as a collective. These things are important to one. They are important to all of us. And each of us have had and have the capability to pursue individually each of these necessities. But we've been blessed in such a way. It's amazing that while we can do this as an individual, we can see and accomplish these things as an individual. When we come out in the collective, recognizing that we all require, want, and desire these things, we will find that there will be those amongst us who feel that every last one of us should be able to experience these things, that nothing should interfere. Nothing that we would do should interfere. And that part that is divine, that which is out of our control, we would hope that it wouldn't do anything to interfere with our interruption. And if it did, take us up higher. But there are those among us who want everybody to experience that. And there are those amongst us who want, they're still sticking to that individual thing, that selfish thing. They want it, and they are not really concerned about the other. If perhaps they feel that they might be lacking some of life because you experience life as well, so they have to interrupt. Now, there are those, for what reasons, I don't know, that are amongst us. And as we live on this earth, we see that in our everyday lives. We all wanting life. We all wanting fulfillment. We all wanting a satisfied life. And we all really want basically the same dead bastard thing. But some of us says that we can't all have it. We can't all have it. We can't all have it. And yet it is the responsibility of those who says we can't all have it to back that up, to lie, to cheat, to steal, to be able to kill, to be able to go into war, to be able to kill babies, to be able to bomb hospitals and nursing homes. That making a difference. Bend this way, or we'll slaughter every last one of you. Or bend this way, and we will slaughter every last one of you if you don't. Now, something for me seems wrong with that. especially when there is another way of thinking that says that we can all have the same thing. You can have everything you want, but the control of me, you can have everything that you want, but determining what I do and what I not do, no. That is an individual thing that comes by the maker. That's what truth tells you. The truth tells you that the maker put you here with all of what you need. This housing, the food and clothing, so you took care of all that when you were one person on the earth by yourself. You didn't need a team of real smart people to come up with the idea that this works for you. You did it on your own. But now, in order to work with the organization to make sure that the best way to make sure that everybody receives according to their needs, wants, and desires. We need organization for that, but nobody's being denied. So I'm saying, when you know that, why would you follow something else? Well, it's because of what they will do if you don't follow, what they will do if you don't allow them to control and manipulate your walk. Well, that's what it's for those who don't know the truth, for those who will walk any other way or any way. For instance, I was thinking earlier about the number of years I've been out here talking about heaven on earth, paradise on earth, free from the pain and suffering. And I mean, it's been a lot of years, constantly. And I'm thinking on the internet. I've been on here quite some time, but I got so few subscribers. You know, they used to kind of trouble me because the message I bring to me is the most wonderful message I ever heard. And I remember it took years before I got 200 subscribers. And then, for some strange reason, with the one post, I don't know what happened, but in a month's time, it seemed as if I had got close to 900. But this is after years. And then when I look at my viewership, 3, 4, 1, 2, even some who still got a zero on it, so I'll punch it, make sure we get one. And after all these years, I'm sitting around there thinking, why is it that out of a message that to me means so much, that answers the problems of so many people, why is it that people stay away from it? And it hit me. Every power that can be is making sure that the message that I talk to you about isn't heard. And even if you start hearing it, you're going to hear some stuff that's going to take place to try to bring it down to make you not paying attention to it. And the reason is because of what it represents, what the world represents. When I say the world, I'm talking about outside of awakening. Okay? The world we all been living in. We all live in. You know, being controlled by the systems, being controlled by government, living when the evidence of the kind of control and living we are exposed to every day causes pain and suffering, does not eliminate pain and suffering, does, and especially now, anything to cause more pain and suffering. And we still part of that. You see, that's what I call the world. And see, when anything that comes to expose that and tell you about the world that you missing, then shut that down. I get, if I was talking foolishness to you, if I was talking foolishness to you, man, I could be very popular. You think I'm lying? Look around. Look for some of the stuff that's out there that you know is nothing but foolishness. And that's why? Because a lot of times that's all you want to watch. It's foolishness. So you can identify, but look at it and see the kind of viewership it gets, the kind of exposure it gets. But I'm not knocking anybody, because it is what it is. Because what I'm telling you hadn't me hadn't had if I hadn't gone through the things that brought me to where I am, I'd have been right where I was. And where I was definitely was not here. And it is here that I'm so glad to be. But the thing that troubles me is this. Listen, just to show how important it is. There were 12 of us, myself and 11 siblings. And I think there were 7 boys and 5 girls. Well, 2 of my sisters have passed on to a new place, a different place, a different world. And my brothers and I, we used to have some good times together. We scattered here and there, but we were brothers. And when we came together, we just had fun, right? Because we grew up in the South in Mississippi, where when we slept in bed, sometimes we were sleeping like spaghetti. Everybody in a bed because we're poor, you know. And uh, well, the 5 of my brothers now have just gone, and the only 2 that are left is my baby brother, the youngest of us all, and the oldest of us all. That's me. And I'm wondering, why is it that they are gone and we are here, or I am here? I was first, and I'm the oldest. And sometimes, if you try to tell yourself maybe you were left to do something, maybe God wanted you to do something, just trying to find the bright side of it. And so God chose you to keep you here. But on the downside of it, when you think of it, well, maybe it's something I've done that I need to mature out of, or because maybe I'm being punished. And why would someone think that they would be punished because they're living? I say, if you want to live in a place where it's like I've been describing, right? Okay. And you're living in the world like I also described, the world absent of the awakening. And then you think about your siblings, they're out of here. They don't worry about this foolishness that's going on, this killing, this lying, this hatred, this racism, this bigotry. They don't have to worry about any of that. I mean, excuse me, they went through it just like we all go through it, but they are free. Were they some good guys? Were they deserving to be free from this hell? And maybe we weren't, or I was not. I don't know. That was just something that, when you're thinking, those kinds of thoughts cross your mind. But be it as it may, I am here and I represent peace, prosperity, freedom, joy, and happiness. Living your dreams. That's what I represent. I represent your needs, your wants, and your desires being met. I represent you never having to worry about anything that's made by the hands of man. And that includes, but not limited to, food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, or once again, anything that's made by the hands of man. And the thing that guarantees you that is because the earth is free from a power you don't know, but it's here. We didn't do it. So that power, that's some power. And it brings all of the resources that's necessary to do anything came with it. So that's another wonderful thing. But the most wonderful thing is that we, my friends, who would benefit from all the things that we are imagining, we put our hands to the plow. We now have the opportunity to choose what we love doing and do it, get our greatest joy out of it. And in doing it, we become number one in the process of creating and causing a manifestation of all that stuff that I tell you satisfies us. I need that once in a life. And that's fantastic to me. Simple. I mean, like I'm taking what I'm sharing with you, what I see in me, with where I've been. And where I've been is no place I really want to be. So I'm trying to change it or help us if we can create something that's not it, but this. Or, hey, there's no place I'm craving to be. If God is using me, hey, right on. but I just got to live in this world where people hate each other, where people can't stand each other, where people enjoying your suffering and pain. No, I don't want to live in stuff like that. You can't tell me this is not hell. I know this is hell. I'm surprised that you don't. And if you do, I'm surprised that you're taking it. I love you. Talk to you later.